Hey, thank you for joining me here. I'm really excited for you because you have typed in how to write an award acceptance speech. Oh my gosh, that's good news for you. And at the same time, I'm sure you're terrified. That's okay. I've won plenty of awards myself. I've had to give a lot of speeches and as well as helped a lot of people give and write their awards acceptance speech. And so I'm excited to talk to you about how you can do this. I have some great tips, tricks, ideas, and things you don't want to forget especially. But hey, congratulations first of all. Let's celebrate the fact that you are an award winner. That is amazing. And yeah, it's a daunting task to write a great award speech. Have you ever watched somebody give one and you're like, whoa, I can never give a speech that good? Yes, you can. I'll show you how. Here we go. First of all, let's talk about preparing the speech. Because yes, even though it's an award that you're accepting, it's still a speech. And so first of all, you need to know your audience. Know why they gave this to you. Who's in the audience? Who are those people that have given you the opportunity to be in front of them? This is a really important piece. If you don't think about it that way, then your context of the entire speech is going to be weird. So let's say it's a corporate event. Let's say you've just gotten an award for doing something great within your company. Well, you need to remember, what are the company values? What is the reason they gave you this award? How did you earn this? And that'll be something that'll be really resonant with the audience because they're all sitting there thinking the same thing. Oh, this is the reason this person received it. And so how you integrate the values, the experiences you've had, as well as anything that can be familiar with the audience, that'll make it such a great speech. The other thing I want to remind you of is if it's a peer award, let's say you've been elected by your peers to receive this. The most important thing you need to remember is do not disparage them by saying, oh, I guess they ran out of people to vote for, or hey, I guess they just thought of me because they felt bad for me. No, that puts everyone down that gave you the award. Even if that's how you feel, even if you're absolutely humbled, just say that. Just say, I'm so humbled to receive this award. Receiving an award with grace, humility, not so much in pride and feeling great about yourself, but rather just saying, I am just so honored, and doing so gracefully rather than putting the voters down. Your peers love you. They admire you. They appreciate you. They're proud of you. So allow them to have that moment for themselves while you accept the award graciously. I'd also recommend that you know your time limit. Unfortunately, a lot of speakers and award winners get up on stage and they just talk and talk and talk. And if you ever watch the Oscars, what do? Well, when somebody goes too long, they turn on the music. The orchestra starts playing. That's an awkward situation for everybody. So ask the event planner prior if you know you're receiving the award, if it's not a secret to you. And good luck to you if you're that guy that has to stand up and give an impromptu speech. You'll still do great, but I want you to think about it first to say, how much time do I get as an award winner? Sometimes it's 3 minutes, sometimes it's 5. I would recommend not going over 5 minutes if possible. I would also recommend you just try a shorter version of this acceptance speech. Try to do it as fast as you can and see if you can fit everything in without it being a speedy race through a speech. But then you can elaborate, you can expand, you can make it almost like an accordion, right? And so there's some times where it's longer, sometimes it's shorter, but practice both so that you can figure out the right path to take as the speech goes on. So first I want you to start with gratitude. When you're writing your speech, start with a place of coming from thankfulness. A lot of people don't get up there and say thank you. They just start plowing into, all the great things that they've done in order to achieve this. That's the opposite thing people as an audience want to hear from someone receiving an award. So come to it from a place of gratitude. Thank the people that helped get you there. There are a lot of people that were in your corner to make it happen. They gave you the opportunities perhaps, or they taught you in the right way in order to get there. And so giving them credibility, giving them gratitude, that's a great place to start. I would actually even have you consider starting with the first and most important people first. Unfortunately, a lot of people think, let's say if you're watching the Grammys or the Emmys, they think the manager, they think the producer, they think all these people that are obviously very important to their career. But let's say you only had 30 seconds. Let's just say you want to make sure to thank your spouse, your parents, your children, your coaches and teachers from your past. Like, those are the people that have been with you for a long time. Obviously, it's nice to thank the manager. It's great to thank the producers and the directors. But remember, the peers in the audience want to hear the origination story about how you became so awesome you're getting an award. And it usually comes back to the people that are most important to you. So say them first. Don't save them for last. The reason you don't want to save them for last, you could run out of time. That's tragic. And I've seen this happen where award winners stood up and they gave some great thoughts and some ideas and some of their, hey, let's make the earth green and all this really important stuff. It's great. But then they didn't have time to thank their mentors, the people that mattered the most. And so what I would say is flip that script. When I've received awards, I've actually said thank you first to the mentors and those people that made it possible for me. I'm talking about people the audience has never heard of, but this is the chance I have to finally glorify and thank those people. In fact, when I received the Hall of Fame award, I was able to thank my coach, Tony Engel, who got me started in all of this as a speaker. And he was actually at the event itself. And so I actually asked him to stand and everyone cheered for him. That was a very special moment. Did the same for my dad. I said, I want to thank my dad. And he was able to receive some applause as well. These types of things are important. Unfortunately, we run out of time if we include them last. It's awesome to tell a story. Engage the audience as to where you came from, how they could get there as well, some of the different situations you've been through in order to just even get to this point of accolades in your career. When I've received awards, I would usually share a memorable event that happened in my youth, and usually it's about the torment I put my parents through. Now, this is very familiar to the audience, so they're going to laugh. They're going to enjoy this because I'm now sharing something that they can all say, oh yeah, I've been there, done that, put my parents through a lot. And so that kind of a story really adds a great touch. Highlight key messages. Think about whether you want to push into your talk about the promise, that's what I would talk about, or if you're more like, let's talk about teamwork or the vision or the ideals of the company and the different reasons that you received this award. And that's a really nice way to go about it. So highlighting some key moments. One of my favorite speeches I've ever seen and award-winning acceptance speeches was Matthew McConaughey at the Oscars Awards in 2014. He gave 3 life principles that were beautiful, and I would recommend you Google it and go check it out. One of the best awards acceptance speeches of all time because he wanted to drive home a message, a principle, something that was his mantra, and it actually will make you think. I hope you go check it out. Now you can add really personal touches, and this is a really nice piece. This is where you start to bring in some of your humor, maybe the way that you got there, and there was a funny story related to the way that you received this award or the way that they let you know about it. That's always a fun way to interject some humor. You want to express authenticity and sincerity. And it's important to let everybody know how grateful you are. Obviously, we've talked about that. But sharing authentically how you never thought you'd get here. This is what you had to overcome in order to make it happen. Share and lean into that emotion. Everyone wants to see the vulnerability and they'll appreciate it. Use powerful language. This is a great chance for you to say something really definitively strong. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't lean into that. I would recommend that you do. Say something powerful that will be memorable, that will stand with them. And this is a really important piece. Next, you need to polish your delivery. Practice, practice, practice. Obviously, if it's a secret that you're getting this award and you're not supposed to practice with, a lot of people, then just find somebody who can be that person you can say, hey, let's bounce some ideas off of. I think this will be fun. And so as you practice, what's going to happen is you rehearse with somebody. They'll actually say, hey, maybe you slow down here, or maybe you don't need that story, or I think you're going to run out of time. And so when you practice, it gives you a chance to be able to get some feedback from important people, or just practice yourself, record it into the camera, record it into your voice memo, do whatever it takes to get through that speech multiple times so that you can say it well and with purpose. I'd also recommend you consider your body language and eye contact. You don't necessarily want to be giving a speech and looking down at your notes the whole time. That cuts off the whole audience, right? If I was looking down the whole time at this instead of looking at you, that's a completely different thing, isn't it? And so I want you to consider your body language on stage. Are you using your hands? Are you holding the podium? Are you walking? Can you walk and talk at the same time? Or are you just standing there looking into the audience, talking to them. It's okay to look down at your notes. I've made other videos about the power of note cards, and that's a good thing to use, but make sure that your body language and eye contact is really something that you commit to. Finally, you need to manage your nerves. That's a really tough one because this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I have received a lot of awards through the years, and it's been a really wonderful thing. I'll tell you though, creating the speech, my goodness, that can drive you crazy for weeks or months on end. So what I'd recommend is after you've done all these tips that I've recommended on this video so far, and what I want you to do is actually go into the comments and type in which of these tips has been helpful for you and maybe even some that I've missed. But when it comes to the moment that you take the stage to manage those nerves, what do you need to do? Usually you'd be sitting in a banquet hall with a lot of people that either know you're getting it or don't. And so if there's a way for you to go in your mind and maybe turn on some music inside of your head, one of my songs would be like an Elton John song. I just close my eyes and be like, goodbye, yellow brick road where the dogs of society howl. And then I'm going in a place in my mind where I feel calm and I'm thankful and I'm excited to get up on that stage. Breathe. This might be the only award you ever get. I'm not saying that's true, but it might be. This is a great opportunity. Now you get to take the stage, manage those nerves, get up there and give a great speech. They'll appreciate you for it. And I'm excited for you. Congratulations for doing this and having a great award speech ready. You're the man or the woman, and I congratulate you for what you've accomplished. Thanks for joining me.